3-year-old here that we're just going to kind of trim up. I'll just kind of show you how I do it. A lot of guys might shoe or trim horses different, but this is kind of how I do it. He's got a lot of real estate here. We've got to clean it out. Now he's got a lot of frog here, but like I say, we're just trimming him, so we're not going to get him too short because we don't want him to be ouchy. So I like to just try to make a V out of this frog. We got that flipped in there like that, so we're just going to kind of do that. And that's about all I want to do to that frog. Horse has a lot of foot, so he's got some nails in here that we got to take out because we don't want to ruin my nippers when nipping those nails. Okay. Now people always wonder how much foot to take off. Well, as you can see, there's a lot of foot here. Okay. So what I do is I kind of take my hoof knife and kind of get down here just a little ways. So that tip of that frog's right there. So you know you can't go clear in there like that. You're going to get some meat. You're going to hurt him. So about right in here, because that frog's right there, and then you got to go up a ways. About right in there. And you can feel it with your nippers too. If it feels like it's going to sink in and get too soft, then you know you're going too deep. So you just got to be careful when you're nipping. Okay, so that's just about right. Okay, let's bring that camera over here. I'll kind of show you. Let me see it here just for a second. You can see where that tip of that frog's at. That sole right here. See right here, you want to hang on to that so that I can show them. That sole's right in here. That frog's down below the sole. So that's about your depth right there. So whenever you're a nipper, you want to be careful not to get down below this tip of this frog. So, okay. Now a lot of guys can round the sharp edges just like this, and I do that a lot. But sometimes I like to get it up on the hoof stand. So you can do it either way. I kind of like doing it this way. Just as long as you get that sharp edge off of there. So that's just about right. You don't want to take off a lot of foot because you'll have a lame horse. Okay? You want to bring it back. And that's about it on that. Okay, this horse, he's just young, so it's cold out and he's a little bit nervous. He's not moving right now, but I like to just kind of keep him calm. Like I'll have Mary come on this side. The horse holder always wants to stay on the same side as the horseshoer. When I go down, see, he kind of picked it up nice, so that's perfect. We like that foot down. You don't want to get it up too high or out. You want to get down. You got to get down low. Make it comfortable for the horse, because if you don't, then you're going to have troubles. So we try to keep that foot low. Again, I just like to go alongside that frog and just take off the excess, and that's it. I don't want to start carving out a bunch of stuff. I want to have that protection in there, especially since it's just a trim. Now, since this foot's so long and this mare has, is this a mare?
Gelding.
Gelding has a lot of foot, I can kind of use my nippers to get some of that out. I guess I like to start in the toe, because then I can get my depth where I want it. My first cut. Then work my way back to the heel. Now that's about as far as you want to go. See how shiny it is right there. Versus before we started nippering. That foot's kind of orange and whatnot through there. So that's about where you want to be. Now if I was going to shoe him, I might go a little further. But since we're just trimming, we're just going to leave it just like that. We're not going to nipper no more. Easy. Now see how this horse is kind of moving. We're just going to let him go around a circle here. We'll just, yeah, just keep going around. We'll just kind of let him, because we don't want to pull on him and try to stop him, because then they get grumpy. We'll just let him kind of go in a circle and let him stop, and then we'll just keep working. I got some old nails in here that hard on nippers. Excuse me. I just try to get this foot real flat and make sure everything's level, and even on trims it's kind of important. Take a little bit more of this bar out. There. Okay, let's take just a little bit of a break. Are we on? Okay. This colt here, he's doing really well, but you got to always watch him. It's a little cold out today, and he's feeling frisky, so he could jump. Or, of course, Mary's on my same side, so she's got him, and in case he wants to jump. And now he's feeling a little tight right there. I'm going to let his foot down, let him move. If they can move their feet, they're going to be relaxed. Now she's going to pull him this way.
want to move him around.
We're just going to go in a tight circle.
When they move their feet, they keep
Yeah. So that's
the reactions.
whoop right there. Whoop. And we're just going to try that again. There, get his feet about right. See right there how he really picked that foot up. That means he's a little irritated. He's just fresh. So we just want to kind of get him done. We don't really want to mess around, and this is where your timing is good. You got to move along and get it done. And he's just feeling tight in this leg, so I'm going to go on the other side now. Because see, camera on me, please. Because if you go on the other side, that goes on the other side of their brain, and it gets them to thinking. If you just keep on one foot, sometimes they get irritated, then you're going to have problems. So move the other foot for a while here, and Mary's going to be on my side, and then we'll work on this right hind. Oop. And we might have to go back and forth for a while. That's okay. I'm going to try to get these old nails out. Sometimes they'll lose a shoe, but the old nails will be in there. And, oop, easy. Now when he pulls a little bit like that, he's not pulling real hard, so I'm just going to kind of hang on to his foot. Now if he really gets serious and mad and really pulls it, I will let him have it, let him have the foot back. And because we don't want to make him mad. When a horse starts getting mad, then you're just in trouble. So, oop.
I can see.
Now I like to look at his mouth up here, the cameraman. He's just, you can tell in his eye, he's moving his mouth, so he's a little bit relaxing. And his eyes calming a little bit, so let's go ahead and turn him in a quarter circle this way. Moving their feet is really important. If you try to keep still all the time and pulling on their head, it's just going to make them mad. You want to make a horse think it's their idea. If you keep controlling them all the time, then they're just going to get pissed. Then you're going to have a problem. He's got a lot of foot on these hind legs. The hind feet. Oop, easy bud. Oop. Easy. Let's just go ahead and turn him this way. There we go. Let's go ahead and pause this just for a moment. Okay, so we're back here. He's starting to calm down a little bit. Like I say, he's fresh and he's young, so we're not going to get too excited. He moves around. We're just going to let him do his thing and just move with his energy. So let's go ahead and work on this left hind a little bit. Cameraman comes around here. See, when he picked that left hind foot up, he picked it up real fast, and then I can feel him how tense he was when I got a hold of it. So that tells me in my brain that, okay, he's just a little irritated. He'd rather be out with his buddies eating than standing here. But he's putting up with it because I'm not pissing him off. I'm not making him mad. Sometimes it's good to take a nipper cutter too. It's rather be safe than take too deep a one and get him too close. He's got a lot of foot, so you know, I might take 2 or 3 nipper cuts here and oh, easy. See, that'd be the last one there. He's about right to that spot. Oh, easy. Now I'm just going to round up these sharp edges just from this angle. I like to get them nice and smooth, because if you don't, then they run around through the rocks or something, they're going to chip up your feet. So you got to have them edges real round, that sharp edge. There. Let's finish up this other foot. We'll just go around this way. Cool, buddy. The other thing too is I like to always start here at the shoulder, even if I'm working on a hind leg. Now if he's an old horse, a lot of times I just go right to here. But he's a young one, it's good to start at the shoulder just for safety. Because sometimes if you go back to that hind foot too quick, try to get a hold of it, it'll tickle them, and boy, it'll scare them, and a lot of times they'll fire. They might just kick you. He won't. I can tell he's not going to do that. But some horses, if you startle them, they will, especially when they're young. Now he's relaxing pretty good now, so I think we're doing okay. And the other thing is, probably don't want to talk too quick. See, I'm starting to talk too quick, because if I start talking good about him, he might just, sometimes it'll work the other way. No, but he's doing really well. I can feel his legs starting to relax. So hopefully our strategies are working. There. I like to look at their face, right up here. He still looks a little cranky in the eye, but that's just normal. Okay, so that'll be it on that.